Well, welcome to another train update. Today, Vivellen joins us, and we're going to talk about a couple of things. One, some recent updates to train, but two, we want to focus this episode on a little bit of our continuing education nursing providership. One thing I'll let you all know about, there were some changes last week with Train, and you should be experiencing a little bit quicker experience when you're searching for courses and launching courses. It's a little bit faster than it was.
Much faster this week.
This coming weekend, again, they're doing some further hardware updates and software tweaks, and we're expecting a little bit better performance even as we move forward. They're just accommodating a growing system. It's got over 700,000 registered users, so it's, and in Kentucky alone, it has 100,000 of those users. Today we want to talk about some things that have come up that we've noticed the last few weeks with our continuing education program, and one of those areas in particular we wanted to talk about was the evaluations. That's changed a little bit, especially since Train went through its last update, when they moved the evaluations and the assessments into the course edit wizard. And that was great because that streamlined the course build process, but it changed how the evaluations are handled now, Vi. Before they could just go to a bank of questions.
Correct, and they could draw from that bank of questions and add them to successive courses. Now you have to load individual questions for each individual course.
You have to do that each time.
Each time.
Now, we did try to make it a little bit easier. There is a link at the top of the page of Train called Resources, right?
Resources, and the how to load the evaluation is listed under Kentucky Resources.
So if they click on Resource link at the top of the Train page and then go to Kentucky Resources, there they'll find a document that has these standardized evaluation questions. Now those questions, they're kind of grouped together in delivery modalities. So there's classroom and
online modules, video conferences, and webcasts.
Those are core questions that were actually validated a number of years ago. We've been using those for quite a few years. But you're telling me that if I'm building a course and adding an evaluation, I have to add those individual questions dependent upon how my content's being delivered, if it's in a video conference or in a module.
Correct.
Or a webcast. Okay.
Yes.
And that has to be done each time.
It has to be done each time, and then if you want continuing education, you have to add the objective questions and the questions rating the presenters.
Okay. And people are pretty comfortable with that over many years, but we have found them wanting to just use those questions over and over again, and we've ran into a little bit of difficulty with that. Second thing that's come up, and I think it's been around since the beginning of the whole continuing education process, is this thing called CV.
CV stands for Curriculum Vitae, which is basically a short form of a presenter's resume. We have a link where you can enter the information from a presenter's resume, or you can enter the information yourself, or you can send it to the presenter and they can enter their information. But I must have all the presenters' CVs on file before I can approve a course for nursing continuing education.
We've done a lot over the years to streamline that process.
Absolutely.
To make it simpler, haven't we? But it still has to be
Has to be
in place before that course can be approved and
Yes.
people can start registering. That brings to our third topic, and that's a little bit of a process to build these courses and to collect the CVs and calculate hours, and time is of the essence.
Absolutely. Really, you should give yourself at least 30 days and begin the process at that time. If you wait until a week before, or sometimes people wait until a day before, there is no guarantee I can give you the continuing education, just because if you don't have all the information in. So please start 30 days at least before your course is to be presented.
Very good. So evaluations, we've told you where you can find them under the resource tab on Train. There's a document that has them each listed by modality. You'll have to add those each time to a course. CVs, there's multiple ways to gain access to that
To the link.
streamlined process, and plan ahead as much as you can. I know a lot of times things come up at the last moment, but when it comes to continuing education, as much time as I can have, the better we're going to be. I thank you for joining us today. And again, we'll come back to you in a couple of weeks, and we're looking at the phone calls and emails coming in and what's happening in Train, and we'll bring that to you.